Okay, thank you all for coming. My name is Danka Sekulović. I come from Serbian organization that works in the field of contemporary circus. That's what I have to say for them. I'm also part of Cirkoblakana, and I'm very happy to be here with this topic for one reason, and that is because most of my education that is connected to contemporary circus comes from Cirkoblakana workshops and the educational program that it is giving chance the youth here to join. So it started for me a long time ago. I'm here for like 13 years now. And I can't wait to hear how it is possible to do some educational programs and stages and all the other schools that I never had the chance to do. This was also like giving you like the taste of what we want to hear now, because it would be very nice if you also say at least your name, what is your circus discipline, something about you, what do you, and also are you now working in school, studying, trying to get into school and stuff like that. So whenever you're ready, you don't have to take the line. Who wants when can just reach the mic and say the short introduction about who they are.
Reaching the mic. Hi everybody, I'm Iskra. Which row? Now, currently I'm volunteering in one circus school in Nîmes, in European Solidarity Corps program. And the point, the meaning of this program is to be part of circus pedagogy team and to help in the school as much as I can, and also to prepare to hopefully get into some preparatory school this year in France. So also learning the language and preparing. I'm doing juggling with balls as my first discipline, and
enough. Thank you.
Enough is enough.
Hello, I'm Noah. I'm currently doing, I just finished actually a course for a preparatory course of circus to try to do other auditions for different schools. So my discipline is juggling, but I was doing there a different discipline like trampoline and acrobatics. But so now, now since I did before like already contemporary dance and a lot of years of theater, and through my parents that were doing already circus and knowing other people, that was my journey through circus, and that's when I decided to do a circus school to start an official path somewhere with a good base where I can teach all of that. Yes, with a lot of other students like us, passionate for circus. Thank you.
My name is Clara.
This is Flora.
And this is my dog Flora. We started circus in 2020, and now I'm finishing a school in Valencia. It's called CREAT, and my discipline is aerial tissue.
Hi everyone, my name is Petra. I'm not in the circus school like most of the guys here, but I'm currently working in one circus school for cours loisirs, on dit en français. In France, it's not a professional school, it's a school for kids, and we're working a lot with people with handicap. So I started in Cirkusfera in Belgrade, and then I did voluntary work like Iskra, and I just stayed there to work and to give classes. And I'm doing mostly acrobacy porte, partner acrobacy, and aerials.
Hi, my name is Mia. I'm 24 years old, and I started circus in 2010 in Circus Collective in Split. Since then, I've also the project that Iskra is on. I've done it like half of the people around this table, and that's how I got to France in the first place. And after a short 3-year detour of a degree in political science, during which I continued to do circus. I entered the circus school in Bordeaux, and there I'm doing right now the preparatory program, and I'm finishing my first year in 3 weeks. And my specialty is aerial hoop.
Hello, I am Petra. I am 26 years old, and I started circus when I was 12 with association Cirkorama. And then I did voluntary work in Circus School Turbul. And after I entered in Pis d'Azur, I did 2 years of formation, and after Pis d'Azur I did Flick. And now it's been 3 years that I'm freelance artist based in Croatia. I created 2 shows, and now I'm creating a third one with my partner Ivan Svaguša. And my discipline is trapeze, but now I'm also doing physical theater and other stuff, which you do after when you finish school. Just do some other stuff.
There is another one.
Yeah, but she passed me this one, so I'm a nice person, you know. It's hi, my name is Masha, and I was also in Turbul. It's incredible. And after that, I went to Madrid, where I live now. I finished Carampa Circus School there last year. And now I am enjoying and suffering the life after the circus school. Enjoying because it's great to not be in a boot camp all the time. And suffering because it's a little hard to find your schedule, how to continue training. But it's nice. Now I work as my discipline is aerial hoop, but now I'm more into clown, partner acrobatic, and acro dance, we could say. And yes, now I work as a teacher of aerial hoop in Madrid, and that's it. I have a company here with my friends.
Hello. I'm Maya, and I was not in Turbul. But I still, I went to a circus school. I'm finishing now the preparatory circus school in Valencia, Creat, like Clara. And my discipline is acro dance. Actually, with Clara and Masha, we started together around 2020, a little collective, and started to try to do circus on our own via Instagram videos and workshops sometimes. Yeah. We have matching tattoos, yes, of our company. But okay, we were young at the time. And now I am also currently working with some collectives. Maybe I do another year of another circus school. Next year, we will see. And acro dance and partner acro is mainly what I do. And that's about it. I think we can start with the real questions now.
Okay, so, can we not start with the real questions yet? Because I have one unreal question. I was aware that a bunch of you are connected to Turbul, but I didn't know how many. So what do you think? Do you want to share like how it's changed something for you? What was your possibilities before, and what were your possibilities after the year in voluntary school? And also, did you return to your home country, or do you intend to return to your home country? For the people who spend at least 6 months in Turbul. Okay. That I cannot pronounce correctly, it's also okay.
We do chronologically.
Okay. Yes, actually. First one here. I went to Turbul when I was 18 years old, so right after my high school education. And it was first time that I was living outside of my parents' home, and it was crazy period for me because I didn't know how to cook, how to do anything. Yes. So I learned a lot of things there. First, like I was in French. I was in France, and not a lot of people were speaking English there, I must say. So first of 6 months, I was in completely parallel universe. And after, when I learned French, it was much better. But I don't know. There, I really saw how, like, circus school function, and I really learned a lot by giving like the classes to the children and young people. I had chance to train every day because you have school in the same place where you live, so you can wake up, you can go to training, you give classes. So I don't know, for me it was a really important experience before I entered in like professional formation, because I collected a lot of technique in Turbo, because I was surrounded also by the artists who were doing, I don't know, ring, trapeze, handstands. So this exchange helped me a lot in my like professional way. Yeah.
And did you return?
Did I return? Yes, sometimes I go to Turbulent Shop. It's festival that Turbul organize, and I I spent my Corona periods there. It was really amazing. Yes, sometimes, but I didn't went there for 2 years.
But you live and work now in
I
Zagreb.
live and work in Zagreb. Yeah.
If we're already doing chronologically, so I was in Turbul 5 years ago now, and it's kind of the same as Petra. I went at age 19, right out of high school, so it was a lot of discovering, and for me it was also a period where I was questioning a lot what is the role of circus in my life. But it was a great place to be in, to have this questioning, because there were just so many opportunities to play, to explore, to exchange with other people, and also to exchange with other artists and actually see the people that are living and working as artists, and how their day-to-day looks like, for example. So that was really an amazing experience. Also, I learned a ton on circus pedagogy, especially working with disabled people in circus. And that's kind of the place that sparked also my passion for social circus. So since then, I've been returning every summer to Turbulent Shop, to the social circus project that the school does. And I wrote my bachelor thesis on it.
Very nice mic drop.
It's me, no?
Yeah.
So you were 5 years ago? Then I was
So
4
you're 4.
years ago.
But there was somebody in between.
Yes, but
Really?
No.
No.
between you two,
me and then Masha.
and then me.
Jozica bila prije, she was before me.
I have a bad memory. So, what was the question? Turbul. Sorry, I'm so...
Yes. It's also okay if you only agree and have nothing to add, you don't have to, or if you don't agree on something, you can also say that.
I think it was really like, how to say, pushing moment where, I don't know if this is a good word, well, like talking and being a lot of artists there, and everyone were in a circus school, like all the people finished or were at some point in a circus school, and it was so normal. And then actually a lot of people start to tell me, yeah, you should go, yeah, you can go. And you all the time think, no, I suck, how can I go to a circus school? And I think they were really like encouraging to try to do some auditions. So most of them I didn't pass, but yeah. And now I live in Madrid, so still I didn't come back, but maybe one day I come back, or not.
Oh, it's my turn. For me, it was a bit different because I don't want to be an artist. I didn't want to do that in my life. I like circus a lot, and I went to the university for special pedagogy. So how do we say it? Professional. Yes, professional. I have a lot of contact with people with disabilities, and Turbul showed me a new life for people like that. And I saw how they can use circus, how can we work with them, and that's it, not in the classical schools. So it opened my eyes a little bit more, and I wanted to stay to see the social circus a little bit more. And they offered me a job there, so I just decided to stay there for a while and see where that can bring me. So yes, I didn't try to get in any schools. I learned a lot there from technique, from circus pedagogy, for working with the people with disabilities, and I really like it. So I didn't came back, but originally I'm from Montenegro, so yes, I don't want to go back there. And if I will go back to Serbia or Croatia someday, yeah, maybe I would like to come back, and I hope that I will have opportunity to work with kids here with the same amount of materials and same amount of the people that are doing pedagogy here on Balkan.
And the last but not least, I agree with everything, and I would just add that it's really meant for me to also put down this wall of image of what contemporary circus is in France and in general in countries where it's maybe a little bit more or much more developed than here, and to speak with people and see what are their struggles also, or what are their fears, or what are their insecurities and all of this stuff, and to understand where is my position in this a little bit more, because from here it seemed a lot of times like one imaginary world somewhere else, which you don't have really contact with. And also because I'm from Serbia and we are not in European Union, it's much harder to imagine how could it work for me there. So this is like I don't know, one checkpoint that really meant for a lot of different parts for the next thing, to not be in some illusion of what it is, but really to have understanding from inside how it all works. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you, because that question popped to my mind looking at Milan, and because last time we were talking about it, we were questioning ourselves, should we continue this import-export machinery or we have finally reached the moment where we want our workers working with us. Okay, so to continue with the... Little add. Okay, Putty.
I feel like it's really good, this opportunity that we have, because I feel like this gives us the opportunity to take some knowledge that maybe we wouldn't not be able because we don't want to, but because the situation here with the culture and the circus are, I could say, difficult. But yeah, I feel like this is amazing opportunity to take something, and I feel that everybody of us more or less feel the need to also give something back. So I think this is just the process of going to...
No, we're not judging in any moment.
No, of course, but just to say that...
we live there, we know.
That it's definitely, yeah, it's worth it.
Okay. So before I had a talk with the youngest part of the crew, the one that wants to. Yeah, you go, ciao. Just so you know, this is not the sacrifice that I'm putting now them. I'm not sacrificing them. I asked, is it okay to start the conversation with the youngest people, so the people who are now dreaming of entering a circus school.
And then we crush the dreams.
And then we crush the dreams. Why not?
Better.
So I will tell you a question again. So what are your hopes? Why have you chosen to do that? And like you already said, the past where you started, so you don't have to repeat anything. You can just continue about like your desires, wishes, and where you hope that the school will take you and what it will change for you for now. Go.
Well, my desires are to do circus in whatever it means. Is it a traffic light or a Circus du Soleil? I don't care. Until I do circus and keep this amazing art alive, I'm satisfied with that. But my hopes are to finish in a company or make a company or a collective, anything to feel just like a family, that you can be traveling or stay also in one place, but just this. When I started, I started in a circus family, and then when you live with this feel of connection, and it's a special art that you're all doing and you're all putting the same energy into one specific art, is just something, it's really different. I don't know how to explain it. So this is one of my dreams that I want to achieve one day, and yeah, try to find my family of circus.
And I will continue with this emotional speech. For me, the hopes are, a little bit the same, but really to enter the school. And while I'm in this program in Turbul, I understood that until this point, yes, we worked a lot together, but in this year I worked a lot alone. And it really meant for me this time to understand what is something that moves me and why I want to do it. I don't have the final answer to these questions, but I think it really meant to me. But what I understood is that now I feel ready to have some kind of structure and some kind of guidance in this. That could maybe help me in my path. So for the circus school, this is one of the things I hope. Of course, all of the other beautiful things about being together with other people who share the same passion as you and all the other stuff. But I feel I could say this is maybe one of the most important ones for me. And the future, I don't know. I don't. I feel like I don't like to go much very far in the future. I know that I want to continue to discover this that I love, and also to connect it with other things that I did in the past, because I also did theater from when I was really young, and I entered the music academy for harpsichord, but then I understood that all of these things that I love and dance also are connected with circus. So, but yeah, going step by step, maybe going more the much possible deep into this field that I want to do, which is juggling, and then try to connect it with everything else in some point. Yeah, that's it.
So before we go to people who are currently at school, do we have any questions that we want to, anytime if you do something like this, I will jump immediately there and give you the mic. Okay, so we then switch to the people who are currently at school. And you can also say like what was fulfilled from your expectations, but also if some things were there to surprise you that you did not expect to happen, as that's the definition of surprise.
In terms of expectation, I feel like I'm very demanding of myself and then also of my environment as well. And I feel like at the school, I'm always the first person to complain that things that are not working out. But actually, it's been such a great experience. For me, it's also amazing, and that really makes a difference compared to all the kind of this self-education path that we have in the Balkans, to have structured classes with teachers. Like, I think I was almost crying at the end of my first acro class of joy, because it was the first time I was doing acrobatics with a teacher, with other people who are there to assist other students and everything. And it's not just me trying things out on my own, attempting to make an audition video for a circus school with like not the good equipment or anything. But yeah, but yeah, that has been amazing. Also, I have a great main teacher in aerials, Beatriz Contreras, and it's really cool for someone to recognize your strong points, your weak points, and to follow you on that journey and to be there with you along. And to not have to feel like you're doing it all on your own. Even though here we are a community, there are like some specific, even in technical goals, in artistic goals, to have people who accompany you. Also in terms of not just my aerial teacher, but in terms of the school director and everyone else. Now I really feel like there is kind of a team behind me that is trying to help me become the artist that I want to be. And other than that, what surprised me is just how time-consuming it is. Because I knew it was gonna be like, I knew what the hours are, but I didn't know how many like after hours there will be, how many weekends and everything. So for me, it's been really surprising. It's kind of the first time in my life where I have no life outside of circus in a way. Like I have the circus school and my contacts that I'm keeping with the circus in Croatia, because that's also the reason why I went to school, because I want to develop things here. But I don't have other, let's say, social life. But at the same time, even though that sounds like a bit concerning, at the same time, you get so connected with other people from the school. Like, I'm astounded by how connected I got with the other 20 people that are in the school with me so quickly, just over the last 7-8 months, because you share your life together, you share the classes, the time after classes, some of them are my roommates, and it's been really a great experience to connect with people on that level, and also with other young artists who have the similar reflections as you, and who love this work and want to keep doing it.
Can you also share some of the complaints?
Complaints about the school? Yeah, because we have individual interviews, and I had mine like 2 weeks ago, so it's still kind of fresh. For me, it's been. I've been missing some regularity in terms of acro classes, handstand classes, and things like that. Because it's really, because I have this atypical way for a classical French prepa, like I don't have this typical background, so I don't really have the base in these disciplines, so I was missing the continuity in terms of that. But from what has been said, that's going to change, so I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking at you. Okay.
Okay, so I entered, like I said, the circus school CREAT in Valencia. At first, of course, when you come from a place where, I don't know, we train circus in a squat that we kind of built on our own, it's like crazy. They have equipment, there's a whole linoleum, there's so much space, la la la. I took it super serious in the beginning. And I remember it was like, it's such a serious opportunity, it's such a la la la. And I remember there was a girl jumping trampoline before me, and she's making jokes, and we are in a circus school, and I was like, no, we have to take it seriously. And then I realized, like, okay, it's totally okay to, I don't know, to like leave it a bit, and I don't know, because it was a serious thing in my head, to be honest. I didn't even tell anyone I was auditioning. I was like, and then Clara told everyone. And so this was like a first, it's okay, kao todo bien, like you can enjoy it even more if you don't take it like in this kind of way serious. And of course, like, what surprised me, I would think the hours, like Mia said, my whole body was on inflammation whole first month. And then you like accept this life, and it's super nice. But I think the most important thing I realized, connecting this to this background, is because you arrived there with this kind of like little complex that you started circus a bit too late. Everybody's been doing it like, I don't know, since they were 12. This is their second circus school or third or whatever. And you arrive a bit like, oh no, with not so much trust in yourself, especially in the context of technique. And what for me was super important to realize is when we started to do our creations and solos and stuff, that it's not so important. And I really, like, it sounds super like a basic thought, but it really wasn't so important because people were doing crazy technique stuff, la la la. But maybe, like, I don't know, the way they communicated things was more on a technical level rather than an artistic research and concept development. So I realized, okay, even if you don't have much in this technique context, it's okay and it's enough. Because you come from a different background, you start to develop your ideas differently in a way, you use what you can, and it's a really different approach, I would say. And I realized it's enough. I was like a bit ashamed of something, and then I realized, but it's actually okay. And this was like for me super nice to realize. Yeah.
What was the question?
Were expectations met and did something surprise
my
you?
God. No, but I put expectations really high. I thought I didn't go to Turbul, so I I had zero knowledge of what is a circus school, and I thought you go there and in 2 years, no, you can do double backflip, ratata. And then I also cried in acro class, but not from joy. I cried from the lack of base, and you're there 30 years old trying to day in, day out, spending time, not achieving anything. It was ridiculous. And then also I had a horrible teacher in my bueno, she's not horrible. I had disagreements so in terms of style and teaching with my teacher, and this was also a big disappointment. It was really like, what am I doing again here? 30 years old crying in a school. But then the creation came, and I realized that this Balkan complex that we have, the lack of technique, the base, everything, it doesn't matter because we are much better in creation. We are really... No, it's crazy. You should see what people are making. It's true. It's true. And I think, yes, it's important. Both things are important, no? And then you realize, okay, I can do some things I cannot, things clear out. I will never audition for some companies. I will maybe come back to Croatia, find my niche, do my stuff without technique. I don't know. You realize it's a big world, no? You need to make your own path. And
yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned complex because...
Balkan complex.
Balkan
it's
complex.
A thing. It's really a thing.
Yeah, I also call it that way.
No. Don't make show about your emotions.
So just for the ones who don't know, we, the circus artists of Balkan, we always think that since we didn't have enough place to train and somebody to teach us, that we're not worthy of the energy we are spending here. You can also add something if you want to explain, but that's what I call Balkan complex. And recently also we were organizing one workshop with circus dramaturgy, and the teacher was quite surprised when I mentioned that in one conversation, because we found out, we found out that it doesn't exist. That it's something that we kind of carry, but if we don't carry it, it's probably not there.
Yeah,
nobody can see it. It's something that we have.
And also nobody cares. People just...
Okay, so...
I would add, complex is a complex, and I think it's a general thing in the people that they feel that they are not worthy enough. And when I was in school, like a lot of people were in the same place doing acro and not achieving anything because we are not a gymnast. Some of them are, and they are beautiful, but I think it's a general thing. I was crying a lot also, especially in Flick. So.
Yes.
Yeah. But okay, you go.
I have like a an experience that kind of told me, oh, okay, it's not just a complex. But I was just kind of crazy and going for, when I was auditioning last year, I had no idea where I was compared to my peers. So I auditioned for prepas, but also for some academies. And I was selected for like pre-selection of one of the academies. And when I got there, we were like 11. And you had like the name, I don't know, contact, whatever, and the preparatory school they did. And everyone else had the preparatory school, and for me it was like an empty space, you know? And in the feedback that I got from the academy, they did say, you know, they mentioned this thing, well, you know yourself, you have this atypical pathway and everything. But... But for me, it was a sign of, okay, yes, there is a technical level that I want to have, not just for the circus academies, but also for the freedom that I want to have on stage that I currently don't have. And for me, it was another sign that I want to do a preparatory school.
I would just really shortly again want to add that it's interesting for me, this process of understanding where are you in the in this circus how would I say it, world we are, because I feel it's something that is really specific for this region, because you don't know. You really, when you go, you have no idea what is your level. The things that you're imagining are maybe not true, maybe they are. And then there is a whole, for me this year was really a process of just understanding my place, like where am I, and do me doing these auditions make sense? Like, is there even a chance that I can go in? So, and I think it's really important for your believing in yourself, and because if you're just doing it without knowing these things, it's it's not very nice. Yeah, that's.
People who finish schools, maybe the same question, plus, minus, something like that. Expectation where they met, and did something surprise you, both in a good way, and in a bad way also.
I don't know.
Take the mic.
It's also okay to just leave the mic. Just be kind to Mike. Mike is our friend.
Well, I don't know. I feel like a bit what everyone said. No, you enter with big expectations, and I mean it's very challenging. It's difficult. But also I was really like surprised how much you gain a lot of knowledge that you can later share, because I know maybe one of the most important things that was happening all the time was the realizing the power of the group. Like in the school, everything you do, it's working things in the group. And you also all the time in the classes, like teacher is not the, I don't know if this is your case. In Karampa is really, like in each class you will learn how to assist other people to learn, which I feel it's really, really amazing. And also it's great to have a experience working with directors. And then later, when you finish the school, you realize how great it is having a director, to not working on your own and taking all the decision in between you and your company. And what else? Great. You finish school and your muscles go away. That's bad.
Yeah. Well, I finished 2 different schools. So first one was Piste d'Azur in France, and the second one was Flick. And I had 2 different experiences. In Piste d'Azur, I really developed my artistical level, like a lot. But technically, I was a bit, I don't know, it was more working on your autonomy, and I went there when I was 21, and I was not ready to be autonomous because I didn't have enough of technique to be autonomous. So yeah, I was a bit not satisfied with my technique after finishing it, but I was really, really happy with my artistic level and things that I achieved there. Then I went to Flick, and it was completely opposite thing. Like technically, really pushing. Artistically, it was nice, but not in the same level as French school Pays d'Azur. So yeah, two different things, and I think each school it's different universe. And after finishing school, yeah, your masters are going down. But it's nice because I had time to develop other stuff. So I learned like a bit of puppetry. I did some physical theater stuff. So I developed my artistic universe more when I finished school, because I don't do so much technique now, but I'm trying to develop my universe with my creativity, and I'm trying to use trapeze in other ways and not just on technique. And I was sick of technique when I finished Flick. Well, I was really satisfied with everything that I gained, and it was really nice. But I was really okay, everybody are doing the same stuff and the same tricks, and I'm a bit tired of it. I'm satisfied that I have it, but now I want to focus on other things and not just on this gymnastic technique and clean movements and everything. So more creativity.
When did you become aware of that? So that happened after school, or during the school you were already aware of your needs? Let's say artistic needs.
I think during the school, in the second year of Flick, when I realized in every show, in every this circo in pillole, which means school show, which is every month or every second month, everybody are doing the same stuff. So it's different act, but the same tricks and the same way of using acrobacy or trapeze or ring. So I was okay, everybody are doing the same thing, and it's nice because we are in the school and we want to show our teachers, okay, I can do it, and you learn me this, so I can do it. But then, I don't know, I was a bit, okay, I want to create something else, and I want to develop trapeze on my own, and not just showing to the audience what is my best trick, which sometimes is nice to have it okay, I can do it, but then I can do other stuff.
Yeah, I'm asking that because it happened that once we are teaching in, for instance, group is in Belgrade. And some of us are teaching there, and it's every year the next group, next generation comes, and somehow, even though we never told them some stuff, and they probably haven't seen a million shows because they're just starting their collecting the circus shows in their memories, but they still have this kind of, I don't know where does this memory come of doing the things the way it should be done in schools. Or something like that, because it's usually going repeating somehow. There's this maybe I'm unaware of this collective memory of how the circus trick should look. So that was the reason why I was, because I shared the doubt. Please do.
It's from Instagram. This is where they get it.
We have a.
But I think it's very connected with the nature of the discipline. Aerials are very rigid and strict in their lines and form. If you don't do it, I feel it's great that you can say I have these tricks, because I feel you need to reach this level of technique to be able to break it. And aerials has I don't know, it's really, for me, problematic. I was thinking a lot about but what I want to see in aerials, and it's almost always, yes, the same, but I feel it's because of the how the discipline is, and this rigid, if you don't do this swing like this, you will not be able to reach a level where to break it. So it's like, I don't know, I think it's really the problem of the technique as it is.
Sorry. Okay.
You can if you want. Just maybe not going more deep, just I think every discipline has this problematic in one way or another. And this is also something I learned by talking to a lot of people who are passing through Turbul, artists and different views. But also I feel being not here, but taking myself out of this context where we have here. I also met some people who are breaking these ideas that maybe, like you say, in our collective memory, we had, for example, the girl who cannot use one arm and she's doing rope with just one arm and she's not doing the technique that she's supposed to do, but she's still doing it and develops her artistic. So I don't know, for me, this whole experience is about understanding that there are the rules, but there are also exceptions for every of the rules, and this is kind of encouraging me, like going through this and talking with these people, that, like you say, this complex of not being worthy or good enough doesn't need to make your path through it, and you can dream big dreams. If you don't succeed, you are not the first and the last one, but just to understand that the restricting yourself is also, not a way. I mean, it is, but maybe, yeah.
I would just refer to like Masha, and it's really important to learn basics, and it's really, really important, and I would agree on that. And in everything, like after you break these basics and you start to create things on your own, it's visible. It's visible if you have basics or not. And also I would say in this like creative work, it's still a work. So it takes a lot of time to learn it and to achieve it and to be on the level. So learning things from the school takes a lot of time, and also creativity takes a lot of time to develop. And to develop your own universe. Like, I think work is important, like, and discipline, of course, in every part, like artistical or technical.
To the mic. Artistical or technical. Okay, so before we switch to a new question. Well, it's actually the same question, but just now for somebody who is working in the school. Were you surprised that you are now working in the school 5 years ago?
Wow, yes.
Also, what is the reason why you stayed, and what surprised you maybe the most in this process?
What surprised me the most was the people that we are working with, so the public that is coming to our classes. We have, in the Turbul, we have a lot of different classes. I'm the teacher for 15 different classes, from the ages 3 years old, until the adults, with people with autism and other kinds of handicaps. So I was really surprised that we can mix circus and the therapy. I see it like that. Yes, the director of our school, if he's here, he would say to me, no, you can't say that's the therapy. Maybe officially I can't, but I see it like that. So I was surprised that I can mix my hobby with my professional work, and I really like it. I like to practice a lot, so I have opportunity to be in the workshops with professors of your schools, and that's really, really, really beautiful. But for me, the most important thing is to share that knowledge with someone and to help some other people and to make them laugh. And I do that in my everyday life. It's exhausting. it can be hard, but yes, that's why I stayed. I made a lot of people laugh, laugh and cry, but yes, that's okay. So no, I couldn't see myself working there 5 years ago, no. But it wasn't that easy neither. It wasn't like, we're giving you a job. No, I had to pass some certain formations for how to work with kids, how to work with handicapped people in that field. So it was not easy path to do, but here we are.
Okay. Anything you want to ask? No. Oh, yes. Thank you.
Thank you for the lovely talk. I have a question. Most of this talk was about test. Okay. Most of this talk was about schools, and obviously this is a big problem. But I wanted to ask, what other structural barriers, other than the lack of schools, are there in the Balkans? So is it the lack of audiences? Is it the lack of institutional funding? A combination of it? And by extension, if you were talking to the powers that be here, be it the Ministry of Culture or the city councils, what would you ask them?
But I think that we have a problem with space, with the equipment for the circus, and with the teachers, with the pedagogy part.
I would say space is a huge one in the region. I know in Zagreb it has been like that for so long. Also in Cirkusfera, the lack of height. In Split we have a great space, but we're in a very precarious situation where we were supposed to already move out. Now it's been delayed, but there's no other space for now adapted to circus that we can... or that we can even adapt to aerial disciplines at least, that we could use, and there's no interest from the local city council or the ministry to actually support us, at least in Split, and to resolve this issue. And I would say the lack of recognition also is a huge one. Even legally, we don't exist in the same way as other artists. So it's... for me, it's really difficult to imagine. I know that my goal is to continue this work in the Balkans because there were so many people who came before me who made it possible for me to be where I am today. And that's going to be my priority, but I also know the reality of the situation, and the best thing I could imagine between the two is working part-time in France and then part-time in the Balkans, and then with the work that I can do in France, where I can be paid for it and recognized for it, and the stability that it could offer me, I could have time to work on projects here and just keep developing them and keep working with the amazing people that are here. And there have been some steps, like, for example, the scholarship from the Ministry of Culture that a couple of us here are receiving. But there are still some huge structural barriers in terms of space and recognition, and also just the fact that there's no formal education, and to get formal education you need to go abroad.
I don't know. I think it's really a strange question, because I cannot figure out what is it, the chicken or the egg. Like, is there no people? So is there no structure for circus, so nobody is doing it? Or there's no structure because nobody is doing it, because nobody cares? Because now every time I speak to people, like, I'm doing a lot of projects in Croatia, and in school they're like, you're always going around, wow, there's so much circus in Croatia, ratata. But then I tell them, no, but there's actually 20 people. And I don't know, I feel like there is not a lot of competition in this sense of a circus market here, which means there is a lack of people, but I cannot figure, well, like, what came first. Yeah, better. No, super good. I'm happy. It's really good time in Croatia to be a young circus artist. Young.
I would agree. It's in Croatia. It's like a good time to be an artist. But we say this because we also went outside. I think if we stayed here, like I think what also Mia said, everything about the structure and space and so on, but also the mega lack of workshops. Like you can maybe do some aerial somewhere or something, but like this specific approach, I think like we have a big gap or like lack in this. I don't know, partner acrobatics even, or like these kind of things that you cannot really. But like it's a different approach. You can like also, the people who teach you are also, I don't know, at a certain level that is, I wouldn't say necessarily basic, but you know, it's not like still there. So I would say like, I don't know, it's when I remember like when Cirkoblakana organized like some workshop, and it was like first proper actual workshops, but you have them like twice a year and on 3 times maybe, and on the other time you will work a lot on your own. So for me it was this, for example, the biggest barrier. You can not really learn it from professionals so much at all. But yeah.
I mean, in Serbia, nowadays, it's a very, very, very bad situation, not just for contemporary circus, but for any art form in general. Before, it was less than 1% of total government funding put in culture, not just one, but all, and now it's even less. So it's really, we are working with no money at all, as long as I mean, not, yeah. So definitely this is then pulling the all other things that you ask about, like the space, the education, the yes, all of these other things. And it's really hard to think what would you ask somebody who maybe doesn't even know that you exist. I mean, like the persons who are working right now in culture in Serbia, I don't know if it's even possible to
Maybe it's better if they don't know we exist. we don't get anything from knowing that they exist.
Yes. But yeah, it's a very bad situation. Is very shortly put the situation about this in Serbia.
I would just add something, because I had like, you inspired me also in other reflections, like in terms of space. I was talking a lot about the training space, but I think the main problem is actually the spaces that are open to programming circus shows, because living in France also allows me to see some really horrible shows. And I'm like, wow, shows like this get programmed as well, and they can turn and they can have the budget and they can make a living out of it. And at the same time, I've seen excellent shows here that have premiered and played another 2 times, and that was the end of the show. So I think that's really a huge question in terms of longevity of artistic work as circus artists, which spaces are willing to open to circus, because even though we are here also in a way creating these spaces, as you said, we are a limited number of people, and it's not just about the spaces we can create between us, but also opening to different publics, different institutional or non-institutional spaces.
We need space. Questions?
Okay. I have a question. So let's talk about the future in a way, in one really specific way. So we, the olders, have this dream of creating something that is for now called the Nomad Circus School. So that is traveling through our really rich region. And if it happens in your prime time as an artist, do you see yourself as a part of that, as an organizer, as a teacher there, or so basically the project is this self-describing Nomad Circus School. From time to time it's popping up and disappearing, and we have possibly some students. Do you see yourself in that project doing something, and what?
This is the weirdest job interview ever. You set up all of this. Yes.
No,
I
we
think-
send you to school because and having this in mind.
Well, if I would say yes, if I don't start a similar project of my own, I would join your project. Yes, but that's the idea, no? That's the goal of everybody. Everybody wants to have a school in the Balkans.
Of course.
But you see yourself as a teacher, as an organizer, as a student. I don't know.
Student maybe.
I could do.
Everything.
I could share something.
Yeah, I feel. I mean, the amount. Getting to this point wouldn't be possible without people who work in this project, and I think it's just one circle, and it's not a question. It's like I don't know. I feel like that's the least amount of things that we could put into our.
Yeah, but just imagine it like this. So you can perform on one part of the year, and we'd say, "Hey, Iskra, that's the week when we need you."
I mean, what would be if it would be? I cannot say. Like, would you save your mom or dad? I don't know. I'm just kidding, but I don't know. yeah.
I'm not an artist, but
But I can make.
yes, but I would like to do projects like that with you guys. Of course, I would like to be in organization. Maybe I can find some contacts, and maybe in the teaching program. Voila. But yes, it would be nice if we can do something like that.
Yeah, I agree. And I would see myself also, especially in the teacher role at the beginning, but in the long term, I really think professional education, having an option of professional education here would be enormous. And I see myself also sometime later in my life leading, participating actively in that kind of project of creating not just a Nobel circus school, which is a great, amazing step, first step towards the formalization of education, but really opening a professional circus school one day. Yeah, since we are multiple to be interested in it. But in terms of what you said, like, I think we don't have to worry too much about the hypotheticals of you have to do this here, but there's something else there. Like there's, I have a lot of teachers who are also artists and performing.
No, this was a joke
Yeah,
between
okay.
Iskra and me.
So I think there's already models for it that we can apply.
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting project. Especially, well, it's Noma Circus School, so it's not school that it's continuous, but it's like in few weeks.
It's like
For
when we can, we do.
For the moment, yeah, for the moment because of the finances and I think it's really interesting. And yeah, I would imagine myself. I would really like to share also the knowledge and the things, especially now when it's like in some weeks, like it's not continuous. But yeah, it would be great that.
But would you do more technical or more creative work?
Well, I can share both because I really love to give workshops of technique, because when I do it, I see that I'm learning too, and I'm repeating stuff that I did. So technically, I love to share technical stuff. But also creative. It's still some universe that I need to discover how to share, but it would be pleasure for me.
So the answer is yes, yes, and yes. I mean,
Of course. Who would not?
Yeah.
I would like to add. I don't want to. I would never. It depends what kind of program it is, and if my capabilities are not good enough to share with these students, then no. Like if this surpasses my abilities, then no.
Of course. I
Because this is the worst. To have a teacher,
that's not.
and I finish here. Yes.
Yeah, I agree with Clara, and I think like I would love to collaborate, but I just have a long way to learn yet. So hopefully one day, if you're not already a big school, I can still join you and teach something, or I will come to learn at your school, so I make sure I'm on the top of the students.
But I wouldn't agree because being a I wouldn't agree.
Yes, we have it going.
Being it's not the same thing to be a good pedagogue and be a good technically, because I had a great trapeze professor in Flick, and she didn't knew things that she was teaching. Like she didn't knew technically herself, but she had such a good look and such a good passion to teach, and it just opened me a lot of stuff. So I don't think you don't have to be necessarily better than your students to be a good pedagogue.
When I was talking about capabilities, I was talking about teaching capabilities.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I hope I will have better technique than some kids. Yes.
But the muscles are gone. You finish school. You don't get them back. Okay, so do we want to ask this group of humans something else? Maybe about circus, maybe about schools. Well, congratulations. We made it through this informal, formal talk with the microphones in English. We did not plan to have microphones or English, so thank you all, and thank you, Radko.
It's really professional. Thank you, everybody.